Hello. So guys, as you can see, I cut my hair. I'm starting over. I'm going to just chit chat with you guys while I'm taking it out. And I kind of just want to talk to the moms right now, specifically black moms, but moms in general. Um, Self-care is extremely important. And for a long time it felt like it was selfish, kind of a waste of time. Um, it seems like the idea of it seems very self-centered and like selfish, especially if you were raised to believe that you should help others. So I just want to remind you guys that although it seems selfish and it's kind of hard to do if you have a big heart, it's 100% necessary. Um, and you might be like, who the fuck are you to tell me what's necessary in my life? Nobody. I ain't shit to you. But for me in my life, I can tell you that practicing self-care has helped tremendously. It has helped with my anxiety and my depression. It has helped me become a better mother. It has helped me with my relationships, whether it be my significant other, my parents, my coworkers, my friends, whatever. Taking better care of myself allows me to take better care of other people. It allows me to have a clearer mind and make better decisions. It allows me to fall in love with myself over again. It reminds me that I'm just as important as everything else that's going on in my life, and the same should be for you. Um, Being a mother and being responsible for a child, children, a man, woman, your parents, whatever, being responsible for all these things and people that are so important to you, it gets very overwhelming and it makes it easy to excuse self-care. And I feel like that is the spark to disregarding yourself. It's the spark to involuntary laziness. It's the spark to anxiety and depression and a bunch of other things that I'm sure most people don't want. And on top of that, it affects you and anyone who comes in contact with you, as I'm sure you may know. And if you don't know, now you do. Um, but excuse me, like me taking the time out, like every day I've been trying to work out. Like, although I feel like when I'm working out, it's like, oh, well, I could be cleaning, or I could be cooking, or I could be watching a movie with my kids, or I could be, spending time with my man or whatever. You have to remember, or you have to remind yourself that you also could be taking care of yourself. You also could be making yourself a cup of tea, or, you know, working out, doing some yoga, meditating, drawing something, um, writing out your thoughts, writing out your goals for the week. Like, there's so many things you could be doing for yourself that you don't even think about doing because you're so focused on everything else, literally everything else, whether it be finances, how clean or dirty your house is, the kids, work, just literally your own thoughts. Like, there's so many things that get in the way of self-care, and we let everything get in the way of self-care, and then we are upset when people aren't stopping what they're doing to help us. And it's like, well, we don't stop what we're doing to help ourselves, so you're not putting out a signal that you want help. You're putting out the signal that you don't need anything and everything's good and you can take care of everything because you make it look so easy. But if you don't start to take care of yourself and or start to ask for help so that you can start taking care of yourself, it'll never happen. I can tell you that as a friend, as a mom, as a spiritual being, as a whatever, as an empath. If you don't start doing it, it's never gonna fucking happen, ever. No matter how many times you ask someone else to do it, no matter how many times you voice that it's necessary, no matter how much therapy you do, no matter what you do, if you don't start with yourself and start doing the things that you want people to do for you, no one's gonna. It's not gonna click. It's just not. It's just not. Um, until it clicks within yourself, it's just not gonna make sense to anyone else. It's gonna be like, oh, now, like, say if you're someone who never gets their nails done, just never. But you decide the one thing I'm going to do for myself is every 2 weeks I'm going to go get my nails done. If 1 week you can't get paid to get your nails done, no one's gonna jump up and be like, "Oh, I noticed that you've been doing your own nails, so you can feel better about yourself. So let me come and pay for you." No, if you don't ask someone like, "Hey, I've been trying to keep up this self care routine and I don't have the money to keep it up this week. Would you mind paying for it?" If you don't put your pride to the side and ask for help to do that, or make it a priority, like let your significant other, your whatever, anybody, let them know, like, listen, I'm very big on self-care at this moment. I really want to make that a priority. I want to start getting my nails done every 2 weeks, but I know that I can't afford it every 2 weeks. Would you mind, dad, paying for my nails every third week? You know what I mean? Or something like that. You have to figure it out. You have to, just like you have to figure out anything else. If you don't make enough money at your job, but you got bills piling up, you find a way to make it work. You have to do the same thing when it comes to taking care of yourself. You have to find a way. There's no excuse, and you can make excuses all you want, but it's not going to change reality at the end of the day. And like I said, you just have to make yourself a priority in addition to all the priorities you already have. You can't stop doing what you're already doing because people need but you need yourself. You need yourself more. If you're not good, then nothing you do will be good. And no one around you will be good. You may want to be doing good for them, but you'll only be able to do so much with the empty cup, Like if someone's like, "Oh, I'm thirsty," and you got 2 sips left, it's like, I could give them this 2 sips, but it's not gonna help them. And I'm still thirsty, so you know what I mean? You gotta fill your cup up so that when you need to pour, you have something. You have something to get. So I feel like self-care is a good place to start. Especially with mothers who deal with anxiety and depression and all that type of stuff. All of that is in your head. It really is. Like, and I can tell you from experience, like I still, although I know it's in my head, I still deal with my anxiety and my depression. My brain is just so strong that I can't make it stop telling me shit that's not true. I haven't figured that part out yet. But I am learning to just look at the facts. When I'm upset about something, I allow myself to be upset, but I also know that the only person who can fix it is me. So although I let those emotions flow through me, I also take a minute to just look at the facts and see how I can solve my problem. Um, for example, I'm on a weight loss journey again, like I always am. As you can see, my arms are getting fatter and fatter. You know what I mean? My clothes are starting to fit tighter and tighter, and it's like, what are you waiting for? Like, what are you waiting for? And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm waiting for. So at this point, I'm forcing myself to work out every day, or at least every other day. I'm forcing myself to eat consciously. I'm forcing myself to do my hair every day, get dressed every day, even if I don't have nowhere to go. I'm forcing those things on myself because I know those things are going to help me change my bad habits. And I also know that my bad habits are deeper than just the habits, but knowing that I want to change them is enough for me to grasp for things that are going to rescue me from this ocean of depression and anxiety. And just overwhelmness in general, whether you have anxiety and depression or not. People just get overwhelmed, or sad or angry or whatever the case may be. And you just have to find a way to get yourself out of it. You can't look to someone else to do it for you. You can't blame other people. I mean, you can blame other people if you want, but it's not going to change anything. You just have to customize your life. Really, that's the only real way to explain it. You have to do things that feed your soul, that that fill your cup, that make you want to do more. For me right now, I'm focused on how I treat my body in general, not losing weight specifically, not working out specifically, not eating right specifically, just how I treat my body in general. Am I eating a bag of chips? Why? Eating a bag of chips never makes me feel better. It tastes good, but besides that, I feel guilty afterward. I feel groggy and heavy and filled of oil. I know for a fact that eating a bag of chips doesn't do anything for me. So I have to just stop eating them, or I'll eat a few. I'll eat the recommended amount. But I'm not gonna overindulge, because what is that doing to my body? So same thing, body, mind, spirit. You have to pay attention to what it is that you're doing. And with that being said, my hair is taken out. If anybody would like me to go to dive deeper into this conversation, I would love to do that. I would actually love to have like a handful of women with me to be able to bounce ideas off of and like share experiences. So if you're interested in that, reach out. Danger Doll does it all. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Gmail. Yeah, I hope this helped someone. If not, thanks for watching. I hope you were entertained.